What's up YouTube, this is Hector from Not Too Nerdy and welcome back to another quick tip. This is quick tip number 2. So if you guys missed the first one, please go check that out. In the first one I actually explained to you how to get clear sound and audio. Now the next couple quick tips I'm going to be focusing on Sony Vegas Pro 12. So if you guys do not have that, make sure you get that in order to do this. Now in this one specifically, I'm going to teach you guys the basic way to enhance your video. So it doesn't matter if you have a webcam video, gameplay footage, whatever type of video you have, we're going to teach you the basic way to enhance it. So the first step, let's get into this. First thing you have to do, select new. And now we have to do the setup. This is the setup that you should have. So I'm just going to leave it like this on the screen. I'll go over to you. It depends on the width and the height that you want, but usually everything's really 1080p right now. If not, then you could change this right here to 1280 by 720, but everything else should be the same. You want full resolution, which is best. That's what it should be. So if you need this, pause it and make sure it looks exactly like this. Audio, it's gonna look exactly like this. So there you go. Give you guys a chance to make sure this is like that. Don't miss anything. Ruler is like this. So I'm just going to go pretty quick so you guys can pause if you need anything else. And that's it, okay? So once that's set up, press OK, and you're ready to begin. Now you can, for Sony Vegas 12, you can drop anything you need here. But before we do that, let's make sure we have the window looking the same way, because you might not have it looking the same way. So in the view right here, once you click view, make sure the toolbar, status bar, video preview, and video FX is checked off. You couldn't have these checked off down here, but they're probably gonna be checked off anyway. So you guys can pause that once again to make sure. But these are the ones we're focusing on right here. Okay, so that's usually what you're going to use when you do basic stuff on Sony Vegas. All right. So once you get that, now your window still might not look like this. So it's okay. Everything here, these small triangles here, if you hold on to that, you can actually move it to the way you want to. You could take the window out. You could put the window back in. You can move it and adjust Sony Vegas the way you want to. Whatever makes you feel comfortable is what you could do. Also, right here, it's how you move the storyboard, okay? Or the timeline board, whatever you want to call it. That's how you move it up and down, okay? So, the cool thing about Sony Vegas 12, you could definitely customize it the way you want to, because, you never know what are you going to do. I could put it on this side. I could do this side right here. I could just leave it like that and flip it back and forth. But if you want it to look exactly like mine, just make sure you click on these tiny arrows and you drag it. You just hold it down and you drag wherever you want to put it, okay? So that's the way we do it, like that. Now once these are here, very simple. All you have to do is grab a video. So we're going to grab this video right here. It's a pretty big, huge file. We're just going to drag it and put it here. Now, it's going to ask you this, say yes, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so notice how the sound file is here. This is the video file. Now, in case you guys did not want to drag and paste it, or you're having problems dragging and pasting it, you can always do file open, and you can add it, from there. You can do different things like that, but the easiest way to do it is the way I did it, just drag and paste. That's the advantage of Sony Vegas. You can just drag and paste. So that's what we're going to do right there. And there goes your video right here. So if we look at video preview, here it is. We play it here. That's what it looks like if I fast forward it. Okay, this is my Final Fantasy 14 online for the PlayStation 4. But anyway, now this is the audio I have right here. This is the gameplay audio. If I wanted to add my voiceover, this actually has my voiceover and the gameplay. I did all in one shot. But in case you had separate files and you want to do that before, then here we go. We'll go add file to it. So we're going to add this file right here. Now, if you guys paid attention to my first video, my first quick tip where I showed you guys how to get clean sound and audio, this is the reason why you want to do that. Because when you're editing later, now you're going to have a clean sound and audio here, and your voiceover is going to sound crystal clear. And that's what you really want, to enhance the quality of your, commentary or whatever you're doing. And right here, if you click right here, you could do minus whatever number, let's say minus 19, to make sure that the game audio will be lower than your voice. and your voice isn't loud enough, you can press play to see, but you see how that's pretty loud. That's good enough right there. So if your voice is too loud, you could minus it. If your voice is too quiet, you can always put plus and go higher than that amount. So I believe 12 is the highest that you can go for the plus side, which is, yes, that's the highest you can go. But, once it's red or yellow, you're getting dangerously too high and it's going to sound too high. So just keep an eye on that. That's pretty much it. That's all you have to do right there. And that's how you make a quick video. So I could go like this, and I could just cut this right here, highlight this right here, and press S. S is a split, or you could just right click it and you could look for split right there. So right now this is where I want it to end. For example, I'm just gonna do S, and S will split it. So just those are the key features right there. Make sure you always remember S, because S is split. It's the easiest thing. And then you highlight the ones that you want to delete. Let's just say I'm gonna end it there. That's gonna be my whole video, okay? Now to enhance this color wise, we're going to go into Video FX. That's why I asked you guys to have that video there. We're gonna go color corrector. We're gonna drag a default into this area right here. All you have to do is drag it. See how mostly everything is drag and paste here? A new window is gonna pop up here. Okay? Now you could go to custom area. You can drag if like your color looks too blue, you can make it to the red side. So if it's cold colors, you can make it red, but that gets a little too confusing. So that's more advanced. I'll teach you guys I'll teach you that in the future. Wow, can I even talk? But for right now, what I'm going to do is show you something that's very basic. The saturation right here for video games is usually between 6 to 9. Now, 9's a little out of hand. I like to focus on, like, let's say 7. So if you want to look right now at the coloring right there, if I put 7, the coloring will change and it'll make it look like a more vivid color. So you could get away with that with the video game. If it's actual person, if it's you in a video, 7's too high. You're gonna look way too tan. The color is gonna look too red. It's not gonna look too good. I usually go with 1.3 or 1.4 for if it's a real video. Otherwise, you can see how it enhances the color very severely. Now, I also go with a minus right here. So if you look at it, it looks more natural. It has like a little darker tint, a slight darker tint. But that doesn't look like a huge change, because you can go a little bit higher if you want to. But you see, like, it gets out of hand sometimes. Right now, you really can't see it too great, 'cause I'm sure on YouTube is not going to let you see it as well. But it gets too crazy at times. So make sure you just pay attention to these two right here. The rest can stay at the 1 for now. This is basic, all right? Remember that, because it gets more difficult later on. So that's it for that part right there. Another thing you could do is go back to Video Effects. We could go to Sharpen, grab the default again, put it here, and usually what I like to do is 0.130. They automatically put you at 0.500, but that's way too sharp. So if you look at the image right now, it's way too sharp. If you do 0.130, what this sharpen does is actually sharpen up the edges and make it look more like it stands out more. You want like everything, like say like the hair itself, the spikes, it'll stand out more the more sharpened that you have it. But if you have it too sharpened, you'll start to see dots around the image, and you'll see every little thing that's not what you want to see. But for video games, you can't get away with that. But if it was an actual like human on screen, you cannot have it higher than 1.130. So just remember that. I like to put it at 0.130. You guys could do what you want to do with that. And that's pretty much it. There's one last thing that you should always do if it's video gameplay. Okay, so this is very important. If you're planning to do video gameplay and enhance it, you have to right click this right here, go to properties, and then go to disable resample. Now, the reason why you do this, Sony Vegas has something that when something's sort of skipping frames, it sort of jumps frames. And in a video game, what will happen is, say if you're playing Call of Duty, it's sort of like, it's called ghosting. So you're going to have like a blur effect behind the character because it's moving so quick, so many frames per second. Sony Vegas tries to skip frames to patch it up, and it actually looks like crap for Sony Vegas. So what you do is you always, anytime it's gameplay footage, you do that. When it's regular footage, you don't have to worry about that. So make sure you just do disable, resample. So all you gotta do is right click it again, properties, and make sure it says disable resample and press OK. That is all you have to do. Now, if you look at the video from the start, make sure the whole storyboard starts from the beginning, and you just press play. You're gonna see everything will look a lot better, 10 times better. You see the ridiculous color right there. You see how bright that is. That's why I was saying before that you might not want to actually have the color at that high. So you can always go back and change that to like 1.7. And you can see it's a little darker, not as bright red. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's exactly what you have to do. You know, that's a basic way to enhance stuff on Sony Vegas. And now, as you can see, I have commentary, I have my voice over here, I have the game audio right here, and I have the video right there, and I'm ready to go. All I have to do right now is to render this. So stay tuned for my next video where I show you guys how to render everything in Sony Vegas. This is just a basic rendering. Later on I'll show you guys the advanced part. So this is Hector from Not Too Nerdy. I'm out. See you, YouTube.